mission and I won't stop. No destination, but it's worth a shot. You gotta let me know. You gotta let me know. You gotta let me know.
Today we are going to try out a mostly full face of Black Radiance. Actually, let me do my toner real quick. Okay, so I've done my toner. I'm going to continue using this Prime and Chill Beauty Oil from Clean Color. So I got this new foundation from Black Radiance. Color Perfect Liquid Makeup Oil Free Foundation. This is the shade 8415 Cocoa Bean. It's one of those paddle things. I think the color might work. I was just dabbing it on chest color because I still need to conceal. I got the concealer sticks in 8002 medium and 8003 dark. Online this looked a lot darker. I thought I might use it for contour, but I think it might just work out that I'll mix these two for concealer because medium just seems way too light. But let's see. Okay, so this is medium. It's very sheer, but also very, very light. And let's see, this is dark, which isn't as dark as I thought it was going to be. Seriously, this looks way darker online. Yeah, I think that's just going to be my regular concealer by itself. Luckily, because of the tone of this, I think I can also just consider this to be a color corrector. So, let's do some color correcting. I think I got most of my spots. I'm gonna put a little bit more of this medium on the spots, just not under my eyes. I'm gonna blend that out real quick. It really doesn't add much coverage once I blend it. Oh well. Okay, yeah, it didn't add much, but fine. I'm going to set my concealer with the RCMA No Color Powder. So I just threw on some lip balm. Now we'll go in with the foundation. Again, this is 8415 Cocoa Bean. I don't think it has a scent, which I appreciate. And I usually don't like little paddle applicator things, especially since I know it's not going to get all the way in there and get everything out when it comes down to the end of the foundation. At least it's not a spongy thing. This may or may not be too much. I cannot see that far without my glasses today for some reason. Like to tell a color difference to know what I've got going on. So I'm gonna blend this out using my AOA Studios High Def Brush F2. This has way better coverage than that concealer. Glides pretty smoothly. Again, there's no scent at all that I can tell. Yeah, this is really good coverage. And I think it is slightly cooler than my skin tone, but I definitely couldn't do a warm. And I think it'll settle once it's dry. And it sets pretty nice on its own. That's good. Before I do my highlight and contour, I'm gonna throw on this eye candy or eye base in the shade Eye Candy. I'm just scraping off that little protective liddy thing, throwing that away so that I can actually get to the mirror. Okay, so I really do like this eye base because, well, I mean, it's kind of like a primer, but then also, if I didn't have time to finish doing my eyeshadow, I've got something on and it looks like more than one color, so it looks like I put in some effort. So we got the True Complexion Contour Palette in the shade Dark to Deep. I should actually read things before I buy them. I did not realize these are just powders. So I need my cream first. We're gonna use this medium concealer to highlight, which it is lighter. It's still kind of subtle because it's kind of sheer. This does not seem to glide on well over the foundation, which might be a good thing. It's not very noticeable, but it's fine. I should have, planned better. For some reason, I thought that was powder, but those two were cream. That's what I get for not reading things. I don't think my highlight actually needs to be set. Doesn't feel like it needs to be set, but I'm setting it anyway. So we're going to use the Revolution Beauty peach powder that I put into this container. Okay, so based on the way this is behaving, I can say that, Yeah, I probably did not need to set it because usually it doesn't show up this apparent when I put on the powder. I'm gonna use the contour from the contour palette. Oh, that is very, very dusty. So since I'm sure I've got too much of my brush to use on my cheek, start down here and then work my way around the perimeter because I don't want to get too much of my cheeks because that's just too hard to recover from. This goes on smoothly. I don't think I smell anything other than a makeup-y smell, which is very, very light and subtle anyway. And because that is so spready, we're gonna call it spready, I'm gonna find my smaller brush. I mean, I was gonna risk it, but no. Okay, so I'm gonna use this brush and I'm just gonna actually just pat on the fallout that's on here instead of bringing up more. You can hear the yelling in the background. That's my 11-year-old trying not to wake up. And then just to make sure I don't put on any more, I'm wiping off my brush. And then I'm actually, like, I had it with the thin edge putting it on, but now I'm actually taking it wide. Bring that across. Yeah, that'll work. Of course, you know I'm going to put powder on top of this. I've got this Urban Identity Dual Eye Definer, Matte Shadow, and Metallic Liner. Okay, so it says there's color and metallic liner. This is definitely metallic. I thought this was the color, but I guess this is the liner. So I've got black eyeshadow today. I'm wearing a black shirt later, so it's fine. Okay, so... oh, this glides very nicely. Basically, I'm putting that through my crease on part of my outer V. Kind of messy, but it'll be fine. I think this is my pencil brush anyway to work for that purpose. This is the AOA Studio Brush E124. Okay, less is more. I used way more than I should have. I wasn't trying to do the smoky eye thing at the bottom, but since I have so much of it, just bring it over. This eye, it's a little darker than I planned on today. And then this metallic liner. I'm gonna do this closer to my lash line. And it just broke off on my lashes. Okay, yeah, I don't like these type of liners because I can't keep it where I want it to. It already covered up all that black. Oh, and it just broke on me again. Okay, so I like the black side of this. The green side is either too smushy or just too thin for my heavy-handedness. Okay, so this is my silicone tip liner brush. Not impressed with that liner at all. I'm going back in with my pencil brush. Oh, and then it came down a little too far here. I don't like it when it's too far down on my lower lid. And then we've got the Eye Appeal Lid Glitz in the shade Paparazzi, which is 8053. It looks like the color's deeper at the bottom. Looks like it's not really separated, but it's a more concentrated blue from here up. That's the best I can do, whatever. Even though this has glitter in it, it does not feel glitter, like chunky or anything. That's smooth. I'm gonna take a silicone brush, smooth that out, make it even. Too late. Like that side got more opaqueness and that side's more sheer. Even when I tried to go back over to that side, it still didn't balance out. So I just basically just put some blops on there. I can't even it out. I'm making it worse, so I'm just gonna leave it as is. I'm gonna go back in with that pencil brush though, in my crease. Okay, that eyelid glitz did not do what I wanted it to. It was not opaque. I don't care. I'm gonna leave it as it is. I'm going to brush off my bake. So we're gonna go back into the True Complexion Contour Palette, Dark to Deep. I'm gonna use my e.l.f. Blurring Powder Brush. I'm gonna use the Sculpt, which is basically, I guess, a bronzer. I'm not in or down with the whole bronzer thing, so I don't know if I'm doing it right. So don't fight me. I don't know. But it shows me where to use it, which is right here. Yeah, it's basically it's a bronzer because it goes in between your highlight and contour. Just, you know, bring some warmth back. Then it shows up here. I don't really understand. And then it says to also put it on your nostrils. It's weird. Actually, it's really weird because it says sculpt and then it shows to put it in those middle places, but then it says bridge of nose, which actually shows the highlight. And then Cupid's bow, which they actually show the highlight. Whatever. So I'm just going to do this how I feel like doing it. Okay, and I'll put on the highlight after I do my powder, of course, because I still need to brush through everything. Okay, and this is the Artisan Color Baked Blush in the shade Raspberry. It's even brighter when you pick it up on the brush. Kind of excited, kind of scared. So I only try to go, the reason why I do that weird face is because I don't want to bring it out past where this pokes out, because then it just makes my face look even fuller than it already is. That should work. I always use my Ben Nye powder. So today, since I've got it, I'm going to use my new Fenty powder that I got in the shade Nutmeg, since I didn't buy a new powder for Black Radiance. I can't remember why. Cheapness, laziness, knowing that I already have a ton of powder. Could be any of those. So this is Nutmeg. This powder smells really nice. Okay, and today it looks way too light to be using on my whole face. But I'm also not just gonna let it sit. I'll brush that out. I'm just trying to make sure I get it dispersed well before I go through and do that. Do I look a little bit ashy? I think maybe that powder was too light to use all over. It wasn't before. Well, next time I'll try the darker one. I just thought the darker one was gonna be way too dark, but maybe it's not. So I will go back over that with my Ben Nye powder in the shade Nutmeg also. That looks a little better. I'm gonna clean up my brows real quick. I don't know why I keep trying to do that reverse contour there. It looks weird. I can see it without my glasses. It's not blending well. I'm going to line my lips. I use this Express line by Coastal Scents. Well, I was, but I don't know where my sharpener is. I'm going to use NYX Suede and Extraterrestrial. Okay. And before I finish my lips, I'm going to set my face with my RCMA No Color Powder and let that sit for just a little bit. Well, I won't let it sit. I'm going to brush out my brows again. Okay, so now I'm going to brush off my powder using my brown powder brush. Okay, so now I'm going to use this Black Radiance Brilliant Effects Lip Gloss. Well, I had the shade yesterday, but it was on the wrapper that I took off. This smells so good. Okay. And do spray with some rose water. Actually, while that rose water is sitting there, I got a little bit too much to be putting on highlighter now. I'm going to use my little edgy brush. Not really to do my edges, but to just bring that rose water through where I got the powder in my hair. Rose water is still a little much. So while I'm waiting for that to calm down, I'm going to use this Parnez-vous leave-in conditioner. This is the one for normal hair. It's purple. I usually use the lighter blue one, which I think is for really dry hair. But they're both really nice. Okay. So my rose water is settled enough. I'm going to go into this Black Radiance True Complexion Contour Palette and use the highlight. Well, this doesn't have nearly as much follow. That's nice. Okay. Okay, and okay, I'll be right back. I need to change my shirt. Okay, I'm back. I need to quickly do some eyeliner. I'm just gonna use this Ink Tints ink eyeliner by e.l.f. I should put on mascara, but I don't feel like dealing with it at the moment. So I'm just cleaning some of the product out of my lashes so that I don't set it when I use my setting spray. Now we have the Fix and Set Long Lasting Setting Spray from Black Radiance that I just ripped the little thingy off of. It's got a very good mister on it. That's very nice. It's good at diffusing it out. The scent is very subtle. Also appreciative of. This is what we got today. I will try to remember to check in throughout the day. Bye. Okay, so this is what we look like full face. My makeup settled a little bit. I'm actually in the elevator for work. Okay, so we are at 10 hours. I'm a little bit shiny in spots, but really not too bad. I haven't had any transfer, no real big oil breakthrough. I did have to touch up my lips twice, but I mean, I kind of expected that from a lip gloss. And yeah, again, no transfer, no breakthrough, nothing like that. I'll be wearing this foundation for the rest of the week. Of course, it's no longer as warm as it used to be, so I can't really tell how it's going to work during the summer. It got cold again, but for right now, we're pretty good. See you later.